Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1968 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time. This one's in excellent condition, beautiful typewriter. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75 to 80. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit the line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch down 1 notch. It skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. Just flip this switch on the right side there down to the orange indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red when you have it in the middle. On the white indicator, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Second best typewriter of all time, in my opinion. This has Elite number 11, or Elite number 8, which prints 11 characters per inch. Perfect print. Number 1 of all time, in my opinion, is the Hermes 3000, and this is number 2. And this is actually more durable, so it could last longer in the long term. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward. Unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. Going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type all the way to the end. Very good. Touch control on the left side here, minus and plus sign. The farther up you go to the minus sign, the less tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder when they're on high tension, when you push it down to the plus sign. So you just want to play with that. This does have a lighter touch than the SM3 and the SM4 models, so you might want to mess with that. It's not as heavy as the traditional Olympias. And this is the difference between the SM8 and the SM9, is the SM9 has the tab set in clear on the keyboard next to the spacebar, and on the newer models it has it on the side here, and then the touch control would be inside. The SM8, you would manually set the tabs back here, so if you have tabs on the back, you have an SM8. So we're going to set some tabs. Right now we have tabs set on 10 space intervals. I'm just going to clear them all by flipping this switch to the front. That's your all tab clear. Now we don't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle, so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So hit the set button right there on the 40. It just stops at that spot. To clear that one specific tab, you hit the clear button on the left side there. So now we don't have any, but I'm going to set one again right there. Very good. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. And that's it for the keyboard. The hood opens like a car hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right if you want to switch that direction. Manually, you just flip the side you want it to go to towards the middle, and it'll pull to that side. And that's meant to catch the eyelet, which is the little metal piece at the end of the ribbon. It's about 6 inches off. It will pull it like that and swap it back to the side it needs to go to indefinitely until the ribbon goes dry. And this is your carriage lock. Flip that up to lock the carriage in the middle. It also locks the keys, not the shift. I think the SM3 and 4 locks the shift and the keys and the carriage. To unlock it, just flip that forward like that. Unlocks the carriage. Carriage release on both sides. Super smooth. The Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. This is your paper support arm. Very cool. Carriage release on the left side. Beautiful. Almost as good as it gets. There is a couple scuffs here from this being locked in the down position and moving like that. That's meant to lock down, so when you have it in the carrying case, it's got a leather zip case and that just closes down so it tucks in nice and tight. If you pull the knob out on the left side, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. Same concept if you move the line space selector all the way back. It disables the spacing. Move it forward, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.